Hello everyone, I hope you all are fine. So today we will start with a new chapter, that is metals and non-metals. So metals and non-metals, they are widely used in our daily life. So what are the general characteristics? Before starting, I think you might have the idea, like daily we use different objects made up of different metals and non-metals. So how do we distinguish them? That we are going to study. So they are distinguished based on some general characteristics. What are those general characteristics? Like metals and non-metals, they have some properties which are different. Like metals, they are shiny in nature. Metals, they are shine, or we can say they have luster. Like you might have seen, daily we are using the aluminium foil. This is aluminium foil, so it is possessing a particular shine. Similarly, the other objects like the iron nail, or generally if we talk about the wire, it is copper wire I am holding in my hand. This is a iron key, this is a iron nail. So you might have seen they possess some sort of shine. So that shine, that property, that we call as luster. Okay, second one, metals, they are strong, they have high tensile strength. Tensile strength means they do not break off easily. Like suppose if I have to break this nail, so in order to break this nail, enormous amount of energy is required. That is not with, we can say, easily to break this one with our hands. It requires some other sort of tool. So due to that, they have high tensile strength. And metal ropes, or we can say metal rods, they are used to withstand high loads over bridges and over different construction works. Similarly, the next property, that is they are ductile. Metals are ductile. Ductile in the sense, ductility means from the metals we can prepare very thin wires, like the wires which commonly we use for the electricity purpose. These are the copper wires I am holding in my hands. So this is you can see this is very thin. Moreover, from this part also we can prepare another type of the wires, even having less surface area than this. So it is only and only possible in case of the metals. Next, metals, they are malleable. Malleable in the sense, from the metals we can prepare the thin sheets, just like I showed you earlier, the aluminium foil. So aluminium foil, it is a very thin sheet. This is a very thin sheet. This is a metal. Okay, so this these are the some properties. And another property, metals, they are sonorous. Sonorous means they are sound producing in nature. Like if I clink it, so you will hear the sound. So this type of property, that is in case of metals. Then metals, they are good conductor of heat and electricity. Good conductor of heat and electricity. And the silver generally used for the jewelry purpose. It is the best conductor of electricity. Then metals, they have high melting and boiling point. Melting and boiling point of metals, that is very high. We cannot melt. Suppose this is a iron nail I am holding in my hand. So iron nail, it is solid in this room temperature. Even during the summer season it is solid. But if it is heated at a very high temperature, nearby about 15 to 1600 degrees Celsius, then only it melts. Similarly, other metals like copper, gold, silver, zinc, other metals, lead, so they also possess some type of high melting point in the normal room temperature. They are in the solid state. So these are some properties of metals. So first property what we discussed, that metals they have luster. Luster means they have some shine. Second property, they are having high tensile strength, means they do not break off easily. Third property, metals are ductile. Ductile means from them we can prepare thin wires, and malleable means from which we can prepare sheets, like tin sheets are there, iron sheets are there, aluminium sheets are there. Then metals they are sonorous. Sonorous in the sense they are sound producing when we clink the metals one in another. Then metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, and they have high melting and boiling points. Clear? Okay, so now the next one is non-metals. Non-metals they are naturally 24 obtained, or we can say are present in the nature. Some are synthesized artificially also. So out of the 24, 12 are solids, 1 is liquid, and the rest 11 they are particularly the gases. From the 12 solids, many examples are there like carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. Similarly, the liquid non-metal, only one is there, that is bromine, and 11 gases, they are hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, helium, etc. Different gases are there, they are present in the nature. Now non-metals, their properties they are totally different from those of the metals. So what are their properties that we need to study? So first property, they are non-lustrous. First general characteristic of any particular non-metal, so that one is they are non-lustrous. Non-lustrous means they are having no shine, like you have seen the lead of the pencil, not the lead metal, the lead of the pencil, that is having no particular shine, it is dull in nature, so that one is a non-metal. Similarly, coal, if suppose if this one I am having the lead in my hand, so this is having no specific shine, so it is non-lustrous. Similarly, coal or the plastic, suppose this is a plastic duster I am having, so it is having no particular luster, so no shine is there, hence all the in general I am saying they are non-lustrous. Second one, they are soft in nature. Soft means they have no particular tensile strength. Then these are non-ductile in nature. Non-ductile in the sense from the non-metals we cannot obtain thin wires, like in case of metals we can obtain the thin wires, like copper wires are there, iron wires, silver wires, etc. But in case of non-metals, such kind of ductile wires we can't obtain. Then non-metals, they are non-malleable. Non-malleable, we cannot obtain thin sheets also from the non-metal, like from carbon also no particular thin sheet is obtained, only if simple one non-metal is taken. Similarly, from sulfur also we can't obtain. Then they are poor conductors, or we can say they are the bad conductor of heat and electricity, except some exceptions are there, like graphite, it conducts the electricity. So generally all the other metals, non-metals, sorry, not the metals, they are the poor conductor of heat and electricity. Then these are non-sonorous. Non-sonorous means they do not produce a metallic clink, although they produce a sound, but that is not very sharp sound, like this one earlier which you heard in case of the metal, that was different, this is different. So they are non-sonorous in the sense. So these are some properties, so these you have to keep in mind. Then one more property left, they have very low boiling and melting points. Like gases, normally they are present in the gaseous form. Similarly, this one, bromine, it is a liquid already in the melted form. So less boiling and melting points are there. Then they also have low density. Low density means they are not very rigid, they are not very hard. So number of molecules or number of atoms in them, they are very far away packed. They are not very tightly packed, they are loosely packed in case of the non-metals. So first property, they are the non-lustrous. Non-lustrous means having no particular shine. Then these are soft in nature. Then they are non-ductile, non-malleable, poor conductor of heat and electricity, are non-sonorous. Non-sonorous, have no particular metallic link. Then low melting and boiling point is there, and their density is also very low. These are properties, and the properties which we discussed of the metals, they are the general properties of metals and non-metals. In spite of these properties, some exceptions are there. Like in case of metals, we know mercury, which is a liquid. So liquid, generally metals are not there, although mercury is a metal. So some exceptions are there. Similarly, sodium, which is a metal, that is soft in nature. So softness is not the character of the particular metals. So some exceptions are there that you have to keep in mind. Clear? Okay, so next one is metalloids. What are metalloids? Metalloids are the elements which have the properties in between the metals and non-metals. Their characteristics, they are somewhat similar to metals and somewhat they are similar to non-metals. We can't categorize completely them as metals nor as non-metals. Like some of them, they can be brittle as well as non-ductile. Some can be good conductor of electricity or poor conductor of electricity. Some can be soft and ductile. So examples are like silicon, germanium, antimony, tellurium and boron. So these are some of the metalloids which exist in the nature. Okay.